Do you like seeing this game over screen? Well, if you play Ghosts and Goblins, trust me, you'll be seeing it a whole lot. This charming little nightmare was released on the NES back in 1986 by Capcom. And hey, Capcom's a legendary developer. They gave us Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and Street Fighter, some of my all-time favorite games. But for every masterpiece, there's a game like this. A game made by sadists for masochists. And since I would like this review to survive long enough to maybe someday get monetized, I am bringing in some backup. You know, one of the variety of tools me as the anti-gamer slayer has at his disposal. For this particular review, I'm bringing in the Square Scrambler 5000. This little beauty scrambles every curse word within a mile radius. Overkill? Absolutely. But this game requires overkill. Button is pressed. Now let's give it a test run. Son of a... Okay, what the... Why do I sound like a... cow? Okay, where are the settings on this thing? Pretty sure this is the right button? Okay. This game is a piece of... Okay. It works! Ha-ha! Alright, with that out of the way, everyone, welcome to Centurion Dragon's Month of Fright. Over the next few weeks, I'll be diving into horror/Halloween themed games from the third console generation. One for each console from that generation. 1 week for the NES, another week for the Sega Master System, and lastly, on Halloween night, I'll be reviewing a game from the Atari 7800. Also on Halloween night, I'll be hosting a Discord watch party of the movie House on Haunted Hill. Also, Nova Rebellion, my studio's first game, is now live on Steam, and it's 25% off for the next week. So, if you're looking for a new game to play cheaply, well, there you go. Check out Nova Rebellion. And the game's soundtrack is also available on Spotify and SoundCloud. Links to both will be in the description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get into Ghosts and Goblins. So, the game opens in a graveyard. And let me ask you something. If you were gonna have sex with your girlfriend, where would you do it at? What would be an ideal place to do it? Would you do it in a graveyard? Apparently, Arthur and whatever her name is thought that was a great place to go at it. I mean, I'm sure nothing turns women on more than tombstones and rotting corpses. Anyway, either before or after he bangs her, hard to tell, Satan shows up and kidnaps her. Now Arthur has to go get her back. Now I understand your predicament, buddy. I would totally go after my girlfriend if she was kidnapped by Satan. Wait a second. She's my ex-girlfriend now. Well, Satan can have her. So this leads into level 1. And honestly, it's not a bad level when you get the hang of it. You go from the graveyard into the forest. But don't worry, the real problem with this game's difficulty will show up almost immediately. That being the fact that you can only take 2 hits before you die. The first hit rids you of your armor and leaves you in your underwear. The next hit will remove your skin and leave you as a very dead skeleton. And you thought Dark Souls was hard. At least Dark Souls gives you a health bar. Now there is one annoying little punk in this level, the Red Devil. First time players will get absolutely wrecked by him. But here, once you know his pattern and get a little lucky, he's toast. Also, killing these zombies in the first level is a great way to grab the knife. The only weapon in this game that's actually good. Sure, the other weapons technically have good uses. The fireball, the weapon everyone hates, is actually pretty decent against airborne enemies and close range attacks because of how fast it is. But let's be real here, those stats don't mean squat when your controls are stiff and your health is basically imaginary. So, if you ever plan on beating this game, get the knife, keep the knife, worship that knife. It's the fastest, most reliable weapon in the entire game. Can you beat the game with the other weapons? Technically, yes. Should you? Absolutely not. Next up, we got the first boss, which is a unicorn. Wait a second. Unicorn? Let me look this up real quick, guys. Let's see. Unicorns. Huh. Maybe it's just the southern inbred cousin of a unicorn. I don't know. All I'm saying is that is one seriously up-looking unicorn. Next up is level 2, which drops you straight into a town. But don't expect friendly NPCs or cozy shops. This place is overrun with monsters, and the only thing you'll be buying here, well actually, you won't be buying a thing here, because it's gonna be given to you for free. And that is a one-way ticket to the game over screen. Now, most of the level is alright, and I got past it just fine, except for this mansion. This cursed, rage-inducing, ladder-infested death box. I wish I was joking, but the official manual calls the enemies here Big Man. That's it. No flair, no crazy title, just Big Man. And let me tell you, the big men are a big problem. You see, you have to climb ladders to get past them. However, climbing ladders in this game is like signing a waiver for your own funeral, as you can't attack while you're climbing the ladder, and dodging attacks is extremely difficult, especially if said attack is coming from above you. Which, by the way, the big men, they attack you from above. And through sheer dumb luck, if you make it up the ladders, you still need enough distance between you and the big men in order to kill them without getting hit. Also, they fire projectiles at you, and at the same time, you also gotta watch out and deal with the randomly spawning raven birds. Who in the heck thought this was a good idea? You know what? This mansion, I spent over an hour trying to get past it. Not because it's well designed, not because it's fair, but because whoever designed this section of the game was a sadist. Anyway, other than the mansion, the rest of the level is surprisingly chill. I mean, the boss fight is 2 unicorns, which, I guess, why not? Let's just reuse some assets, why don't we? And who am I kidding? These aren't even really unicorns. They're just horned demons pretending to be majestic. Oh, here's a trick for this boss fight, just so you know. Do not engage both of them at the same time. Pick them off one at a time. Yeah, and if you do that, they're complete pushovers. Not hard at all. So yeah, level 2 was not too bad, except for that mansion. So yeah, here's to hoping the game can't get any worse than the mansion section. I just jinxed it, didn't I? Next up, we got level 3, and surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. Sure, it took me about 20 minutes to complete, but when compared to the mansion in level 2, it's child's play. I mean, the boss for the zone is a giant dragon, And there were a lot of those red devils around the place. But other than that, this was a pretty okay zone. I also want to point out that the music for this level is actually really good, surprisingly. Here, take a listen. So yeah, when all is said and done, level 3 was not too bad. Next up, we have level 4, and come on! The entire first half of this level is a platforming level. Now you might be thinking, platforming? That doesn't sound too bad. Well, guess what? It is. It really is that bad. Because in Ghosts and Goblins, jumping is a legally binding contract with the forces of gravity. Once Arthur jumps, you cannot control his jump or where he's going whatsoever. Once his feet leave the ground, he is committed to the direction he is going in, like he just signed on for a mortgage contract. You have no mid-air control, no adjustments. Once you leap, you're locked in. However, to be fair, this platforming section only throws one enemy at you, and that being a single red devil. So I can give it credit there. So yeah, I died a lot, but through sheer dumb luck, I did make it through this platforming section eventually. Then comes the bridge section of this level, and I'll give the game some credit. This part felt kinda fair. You can learn the patterns of the enemies here through trial and error. Eventually. It does take a little time. Also, this is the level where I found out about this power-up. Or so I thought. Turns out it's not a power-up. It's a down-up. That's what I call power-ups that screw you over. This one turns you into a frog. Yes, an actual frog. As if the game wasn't already hard enough as is. I actually decided to look up in the manual what this power-up was called, and it turns out it's called the Frog King. Fitting, I guess, but avoid it at all costs. Oh, and the boss for this level is another dragon. So yeah, basically the exact same boss from the previous level shows up again here. I'm just at a loss for words here. But I took him down in about 30 seconds, and just like that, we're at the doorstep of Satan's castle. Next up is level 5, and let me tell you, Satan's castle sucks. The first couple of floors are a nightmare. There are enemies everywhere. Ghosts, red devils, big mans, and of course, now there's bouncing skeletons. Yeah, these skeletons stay underground until you get close enough to them. Then they jump up and start popping around like they're auditioning for a haunted trampoline park. You can kill them, sure, but unless you catch them before they wake up, it's going to be extremely difficult to land a hit on them. This level can basically be boiled down to enemy spam. You climb up Satan's tower while everything and everyone tries to murder you. It's like the game said, hey, what if we took every enemy in the game and just threw them at the player all at once? And I hate it. There is no strategy here anymore, not even a semblance of it. It's just survival and dumb luck. And at the top of, wait a second, we're not at the top of the tower, so why are we fighting Satan? And I thought there were 6 levels, not 5. Turns out Satan and the devil, according to the manual, are 2 separate enemies. Which is weird, because according to Christian theology, they're supposed to be the same guy. But here, Satan's just a mid-tier boss. Lucifer, aka the devil, is the big bad waiting for us at the end of the game. I guess Satan here is just his second in command. Also, while we're on the subject of enemy names, where the hell are all the goblins in Ghosts and Goblins? I've seen ghosts, I've seen skeletons, I've seen demons, but I've not seen a single goblin in this entire game. I checked the manual, not even a mention. No goblins. So why in the heck would they name the game that? Honestly, if you guys have any idea as to how this game got called Ghosts and Goblins, please tell me in the comments section down below. Alright, level 6, the final level. And by the way, I absolutely hate this level. It's like the devs looked at level 5 and said, you know what this needs? More enemies. And while we're at it, let's throw some of the bosses in the mix as well. It's extremely difficult, unfiltered chaos. Oh, and somewhere in the madness, you fight a dragon, and when you beat him, he drops a new weapon, the shield. Now the shield, it's fine. It nullifies projectiles, which is great, but it has the firing range of a soggy toothpick. And here's the kicker. Unless you beat level 6 with the shield, you can't fight the final boss. The game sends you right back to level 5. Luckily, a friend of mine warned me ahead of time, so I made sure to get the shield, and I took it with me to the end of the game. Oh, and the boss for level 5 is 2 Satans, not 1, 2. So yeah, at this point, Satan's just been demoted to the assistant manager of hell. I mean, I would feel bad for you, buddy, but you know, you're Satan, so yeah, I guess you. Anyway, I beat them pretty quickly, and then I got to take on the big bad boss, Lucifer. And you know what? He's super easy. I beat him on my 3rd try, and just like that, I did it! I beat Ghosts and Goblins! I beat one of the hardest video games of all time! What? I have to beat the game twice. I have to beat the game twice. I have to beat the game twice! What? Designed this game, huh? Who? What masochist, sadist, person who deserves to burn in hell for all eternity designed this game? You know what you are? You're a and not just that, you're also a I ran out of curse words to call you. So I have to beat the game twice, huh? Well, you stupid mother. Sure, I'll beat the game twice. The true ending better be worth it, though. Someone cue the doom music. I'm about to slay this mother game. Alright, I'm back, Lucifer, and this time I'm sending you back to hell by your mother horns. did it! I beat the game! I beat it twice! Now let's see what the ending is. The true ending, of course. I'm sure bet it was absolutely worth all the trouble I went through to get here. And, what? What is this? 2 screens of broken English and misspelled nonsense? That's my reward for surviving this war crime against humanity? I hate this game. I hate this game. I really, really hate this game. And I am never, ever, 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 ever touching it again. So, what are my final thoughts on Ghosts and Goblins? It absolutely earns the title of hardest video game of all time. But does that make it good? Absolutely not. The game is a torture device, and it should be classified as a war crime. The only being worthy of suffering through this game is Lucifer himself. And you know what? Next time I go down to hell to absolutely wreck the place, I'm bringing this game with me. Let him try to beat it. Let him scream. So, if you value your sanity, stay far, far away. Like global extinction level event far away. I'm talking not in a million years, not in a billion years. Far away. And with all that handled, if you have any stories about this game or any memories of it, please comment them down below. Also, if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I am a YouTuber. I am obligated to say that. And if there's one important lesson that can be learned from Ghosts and Goblins, that is, never have sex in a graveyard. And with all that out of the way, that wraps up this review. Next time, I'm reviewing a horror or Halloween themed game on the Sega Master System. Make sure you exercise your right to vote, as I'm letting you guys choose what game I review next. The voting poll is in the posts section of my YouTube channel. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in a few weeks. And we will be looking at whatever game you guys picked.